What's going on, Scorpio? How are you doing? Hope we're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the week of August 28th through September 3rd, 2023. So in this reading, Scorpio, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the upcoming week. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you, Scorpio, regarding this upcoming week. So before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, Scorpio. And I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this one out. Now, if this reading happens to if this general reading happens to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Scorpio. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pull the energy, and we'll see what is coming your way for August 28th through September 3rd, 2023, Scorpio. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Scorpio. Yes. Okay. Drifting. Oh, yes, that's what it is. Hold on, Scorpio. Hold on, we're gonna have to do two more for your challenge. Hold on, Scorpio. This looks actually really good, so bear with me, please. Thank you. Okay. Yes. All right, Scorpio. This honestly looks very interesting. I'll say that to start off. Before we get into the tarot, let's start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards from the universe for you. And the first card here is loss. Loss. This is a frequency that the universe wants you to sit with. And I do feel for some of you, there is either a parent or there's some sort of friend that you haven't talked to in a while that you run the risk of losing a very close relationship just by atrophy through not watering it. You know, like what you focus on, you send energy to. And there's someone here who you really, I feel like is meant to be in your life in some sort of way. I get this is an old friend, or it's either one of your parents that you haven't talked to, or a friend, or someone like from the distant past that you once had this like deep bond with, that there just is spirits putting it on me to tell you right away that there's something about like a relationship that could really grow and blossom into a new version of itself in the future. I don't even get anything romantic, like friendship, soul friend. It's atrophying right now because I think two people are being very stubborn. There's something about you being very stubborn and someone being very stubborn. This is someone from your past that if you don't use it, you lose it. There's someone here that you're going to lose, Scorpio, that of course, you know, it is your choice. A human being is a pin drop. It doesn't mean that you're going to live a less happy life, but at the end of the day, happy relationships equal happy life. So even if it's something where you just check in, there's someone that you want to check in with here that you really, there is a deep bond there, but it's just atrophying, okay? Because there could be some sort of shared history of weirdness. But here's the thing. Loss is your frequency. And so there's something here, Scorpio, that you need to protect and preserve because you run the risk of losing something here. And I'm going to be honest here, Scorpio. The entire reading is for you to really sharpen your mind this week. There's a frequency here that's making you very happy in the short term. It's going to catch up to you, and I don't want to see this happen to you. There's something here about you're a drifter, and it's going to be very enjoyable for you to drift down the river of life. I'm not even saying that any of you are lazy. What I'm saying is there's some sort of thing about your mind is not as sharp as it could be, especially when it comes to things like manifestation, your intention. Spirit is giving me a very big message that you're drifting through life with no real aim, no real intention. And if you do have an intention, if you do have an aim for your life, where you're going, then you need to be more sharp with it, because there's something here about floundering around in some sort of drift-like state that actually for some reason is working out for you, but if you continue to do it, it will not work out for you. So there's something here that you need to preserve. This may be some sort of psychic ability, some sort of skill that is atrophying simply because you're not putting it to use. There's something here that you're good at, some sort of talent, skill that you need to think about with your mind, Scorpio, or else it's going to atrophy. So something you need to protect and preserve. So focus on what is valuable and what could be lost. Now, there is something coming through here that may be very emotional, and I don't know really how to say this. There's something about children, especially for the Scorpio woman. You may be going back and forth, do I want children? You may have come to a decision that you don't want children, but there's something here about if you don't get clear, once again, with an intention about children, you may lose the ability to have them. The time may pass by. There may be something going on. There's something about like just really being honest with yourself about what you want, instead of just letting life flow down the lazy river, because I just get like these things like you're having a great time floating down the lazy river of life. Not to say, by the way, I understand many of you have a chief aim in life. You have aspirations, you have goals. It's not that you're just drifting like some sort of idiot, but you're still drifting, even if you're in the automatic mind. You know, human beings think an average of 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Of those 70,000 thoughts, 90% of them are repeated from the day before. So I just get you, and you may be even having new thoughts, but it's drifted, it's not consolidated, it's not clear. But it does seem, Scorpio, that there is a very quality thing coming into your life right now. Very big time. So it actually, this is going to be a really good week, but there's something here that you need to preserve, and it could just be the earth in general as well. There's something here about understanding that earth, this world can be a paradise, but it's up to you to fight for what you want, you know, because there's some sort of thing about you just being passive. I just get this weird, and I think it's actually like not a big deal. You know, I don't think it's a big deal, but there's something about you're being passive, you're being aloof about, when the truth is you're Scorpio, you're deep, you are real, you transform things, you go to the dirt, you fight, you Mars, you know, and there's something here that you're just being very like passive about. And it's just like this like hippy-dippy attitude that you need to get more serious about something. Sorry, I don't know what it is. It's a lot. I'm just getting a lot. This is just going to resonate with who it needs to. Now you also have Merlin, Scorpio. What frequency do you need to sit with and think about Merlin? And Merlin is a wizard archetype. And in this particular deck, whenever this card comes out, it talks about your words. And this is all relating now. There's something here. There's a difference between your inner thoughts, your own true, real opinions, your true, whatever your core truth is, you're not speaking about it. And so this is what's causing the drifter thing. Some of you have aspirations, you know, I am going to pay back my mother. I'm going to feed my family. I am going to become, you know, really good at this. You know, my mission is going to be here, but you're not speaking it. And whatever you're speaking is not really the depth of what you should be speaking. Take it for what you will. Now, for some of you, it's not going to resonate, but what I will tell you is watch your words. Because there's an example coming through. Like, when I first started, you know, my self-transformation journey, when I first started this YouTube channel, I had a lot of aspirations, but I wouldn't put it out there. I wouldn't speak it. And that's the missing link for so many people. You can think all the positive thoughts, you can be as focused if you want, but if there's a contradiction between your behavior, your words, and your thoughts, it's not going to manifest. If there's something you need to speak into existence, and it's something about your relatives. Like, there's something about you have genuine aspirations, but as soon as you're around your girlfriend, your boyfriend, as soon as you're around your family, you don't speak it, and that's what's going to really stop you. You know, I speak everything, and that's why I feel that I've manifested what I desire and still on the path for more. But, right, it's like I've spoken everything. People look at you as crazy, but it's just what it is. Speaking, like, don't underestimate the value of your words, because yeah. Now the last frequency you need here is air chalice, and this is similar to the Ace of Swords, and it has to do with wiping the slate of your thoughts clean, having new thoughts, being open to the element of air as well. I'm getting a visual of a dog. You know when you see the dogs in the window, like if someone's driving a car and you see a dog like hanging out the window and the air is blowing and there's something about air, breathing quality air. If you live in a city, there may be something about going out and breathing quality air. Air chalice, but many of you, this mostly has to do with your thoughts, because by the end of the week, from the 28th to the 3rd, your thoughts are going to be very more consolidated, clear here. By the end of the week here, Scorpio, but there really is something about wiping your thoughtscape clean and speaking things into existence this week, and in some sort of way, drifting is going to prevent you from achieving your deepest life mission. For those of you basically have been like passive, you know, I just get a weird frequency of like, yeah, like I'm living my life, it's so good, I'm just doing this, I'm doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, dabbling, drifting, and it's going really good for you until it's not. And for some of you, you're going to have a big wake-up call this week, where all the drifting that you've been doing is going to catch up to you. I would also be very careful about overindulging this week. There's something about partying for some of you. There's something about escapism this week that's going to come up for you, and it's going to really come back to bite you. So what I'm telling you is you can have the best of both worlds. You can go out, have fun, be a drifter, but when you go home, you must be obsessively thinking your thoughts, because thoughts create reality. There's also something here about taking too much action without the proper thoughts and words to back up your action. And the reason why you're taking action without setting the proper energetic vibrational foundation with your thoughts and your words is because right now you're doing something that doesn't require you to even consolidate your energy, which tells me where your ambitions really are, not where they could be. So maybe it's not your reading this week, but I feel like, you know, this is what's going down. So, and it has to do with like, you know, it's almost like a choice here, Scorpio, for real. Especially with the children thing, there's a choice. You need to decide, are you having children or you're not? Because if you just drift, it's going to just go away. Whereas if you come to a decision about it, it's going to be better. This is a weird reading. I understand that. But because there's a lot of love here as well. Are you getting love for being a loser? Here's the dislikes. Dislike this reading. Are you being loved for being small? Are you being loved for not consolidating your thoughts to your highest destiny, speaking it into existence, and shifting onto a legendary timeline? Are you being comforted by people who are also drifters? And you're calling that satisfaction and belonging? Or is your partner doing that? Does your partner not think big? Do they think small? Have they distracted you? There's something about you've been distracted, you haven't realized that you've been distracted, and it's going to come back to bite you this week. There's something about you've been very distracted. I don't care if you've been doing your 20-minute meditation. I don't care if you've been speaking it into existence. You've still been distracted. There's something about people distracting you and you think it's no problem. Your partner distracting you. Oh, and they're telling me something to wipe the slate clean, Scorpio. They're telling me wipe the slate clean. Like, if you have big dreams and aspirations to be a famous artist, and then every time you go to your auntie, you tell them, yeah, well, I'm doing this program about computer graphic, and blah, blah, blah. No, it's not going to work anymore, because Nancy Sue's subconscious mind is controlling you. Aunt Nancy, her subconscious mind is dominating you. Doesn't that offend you, Scorpio? Don't like to be dominated, right? So, I mean, or some of you are telling yourself you do like that, and maybe you do, but like, yeah. So with that being said, let's go ahead and, because it's, I don't know, I'm a little bit confused here, but you know what I'm saying. So let's clarify what first of all, wait, did I even show you the cards? I didn't even show you the cards. Shot, boy. So your opportunity this week is the Lover's card, and this has to do with making a choice in love, doing what you love. You have an opportunity to do more of what you love, but clearly this is here having to do with a relationship. There's something here about evaluating a relationship here. Once again, Scorpio, with Merlin, the air chalice, and loss. I feel like you're being lulled to sleep, honestly. You're being lulled to sleep. Somehow. You're being lulled to damn sleep. That's the whole frequency of this reading. And some of you love it because you've already given up. And that's cool with me, but it's just like, some of you love the lulledness of, like, some of you There's something about a partner, or there's something about people that you spend your time with that are absolute dorks. And the spark that you initially had when you were a child, Scorpio, the deep need to transform, purge, regenerate, has been lost in you, and you're just sitting here now in a pool of Cheetos with some sort of door box. And you don't even know it anymore. It's so deep that you don't even know it anymore. And this is one of those readings where I don't even know how to deliver it without just being like, you know, some sort of bad guy. But you need people. I do feel, I just get like a false chumminess from this reading. Everything's good, yeah? And you're getting away with like lying to yourself, or someone else is just dominating or saying, hey, Nancy, you working on that graphic design, yeah? What the fuck was but I'm telling you, that's what it is. Sometimes I don't need the cards, you know what I mean? And I'm telling you, you're getting away with it. The devil gives you everything up front, but you are going to pay the price for this here. So who's lulling you to sleep? Who? If you hang around with people who don't treat you who you really are, you will forget who you really are. Many of you who have forgotten who you really are. And that's why the universe is saying, wipe the slate clean, Scorpio, of all your thoughts. If you think you have an original thought this week, I'd be careful about whether or not that's true. I don't know what this is about, but yeah, someone needs to say it. Let's see why the Lover's card is here in your opportunity. Why am I going for the clarification when I didn't even show you the reading yet? Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. You're... Okay. I feel like you're also around someone who you being around them is good for their mission in life, their north node, not good for yours though, but you're being lulled into it. And hey, don't leave a comment, this doesn't resonate. Listen, this is not your reading. You can't be it for everyone every week. It can be actually, because I aim for the chin of the collective, but sometimes it's just not. So if this doesn't resonate with you, then go away. I don't know, like what? But your opportunity is the Lover's card, and then your challenge this week is the Nine of Cups, Scorpio. And so I feel like your challenge is someone is like, you're telling yourself, oh, I'm not speaking my highest destiny into existence because I love my Aunt Nancy, who just wants to view me as a computer designer who's been trying to get my master's degree for 24 years. And like, there's something here about someone is very happy with your status in life, but you're not. You're trying to tell yourself that you're happy because you have belonging, you have friendship, you have chumminess, you have driftingness, you have the inability to numb yourself out this week. But I'm telling you, at the very end of this week, it's all going to hit you like a ton of bricks. What's happening this week? Being a Scorpio this week is like biting into a chocolate chip cookie, and then when you bite into it, you realize it was actually oatmeal raisin, and then 10 minutes later, you realize that it was actually a special cookie. So it's like you're biting into, okay, all I can say is this. Whatever you're enjoying, whatever you're biting into this week that feels like, okay, you're like, this is a chocolate chip cookie. You bite it. This week, you start to realize, no, that's an oatmeal. That's an oatmeal raisin cookie. That's not a chocolate chip cookie. Okay, but even if it's not a chocolate chip cookie, that's fine. You know, let's keep biting it. Okay, that's fine. Oatmeal raisin. But then, some of you are so psychic, you knew this was coming, but you just try to keep avoiding it for some reason. Then you realize, oh wait, this was a weed cookie. Oh, and now it's too late. You're so drifting. Now you're just all, oh, wait, what? It's a special cookie. So you think you're eating a harmless chocolate chip cookie. You realize it's oatmeal. You think that's okay, but now you're going to realize it's a special cookie. And so I don't know. This is a very strange reading, isn't it? But let's go ahead and see why. Am I clarifying? Why am I clarifying? Maybe I'm just... You know what? I'm not showing you the cards this week. I'm not showing you the cards this week. I'm not showing you. You're not going to be able to see the cards, but don't worry. Don't worry. Go watch someone who has the camera up top where you can see the spread because they don't want to look at you. No, I actually think I'm going to do that too. Some of you don't even know what I'm saying. Let me just get back to basics. I don't even know how to say it because I feel like everything I'm saying is like I'm somehow going to be the bearer of bad news to you. And honestly, Scorpio, honestly, I don't even know what to, I think I've said whatever. Take what you've gotten out of this reading, because here's the thing. You can get away with something, but not forever. But whatever realization you have as a result of understanding that you thought it was a chocolate chip, now it's oatmeal raisin, now you realize it's a special cookie. There's some sort of thing that's keeping you in an arrested state of development. And although you love it, there needs to change. Once again, there's something here about loss. You're losing your sense of ambition. You're losing your spark. You're losing your ability to regenerate. You're losing potentially even your, I don't want to say spiritual connection, but it's not, you can never lose that, but it's just being skewed in some sort of way. And there's definitely, your advice, Scorpio, is you have so much to look forward to. I will leave you with this. The best days of your life have not happened yet. I just don't want to see you like live a life that is half of what you could be, because whatever you are, whatever you're inspired to be, you could be so much more than you're being. And this has nothing to do with achievement. It has nothing to do with some sort of superficial thing. It's just you and your own soul on your mission. And I just feel, Scorpio, there's a choice here. Like, are you going to continue to drift? And if you're going to continue to drift, then do it fully. Enjoy it. But, you know, there's something here with your words are not being correctly used. Your thoughts are not being correctly used. And it has to do with your attachment to love, to people that you get belonging from. So this is a classic example of, you know, maybe this is ancestral trauma for some of you. You know, you can't be rich in the family. That's just like, you know, the only way to belong in the family is we're all struggling through life together. And as soon as you want to become the entrepreneur, everyone's going to hate you. You have to speak things into existence. You have to create new thoughts. And you have to distance yourself from loved ones. But so many of you, once again, you're not going to distance yourself because you're so caught up in it. And what Spirit is telling me to, hey, bro, just take a step back, because there's nothing that I could even say that's going to unentangle you from this, because you're so damn deep in it, because the momentum has been built for so long. So you have to know how this is going to manifest in your life. This is a frequency. This is just something to think about for this week, because this is what I feel for you. Now, love is on the table. You know, maybe I'm just here to remind you, you always need the bad guy to remind you, hey, you could be doing more than you're doing. Once again, maybe some of you have something that I don't. Maybe some of you have some sort of great chummy, you know, connections in life, and maybe that's your priority. And if that's your priority in life, to create connections with people, then maybe you're on the right path. But I'm just telling you, if you have to lower yourself, if you have to lower your frequency in order to create belonging, then you probably should create belonging with different individuals. And so that could be happening here. For those of you that are resonating with this, you're going to take back the power of your words. You're going to be more sharp with your mind. You're not going to lower your frequency in order to fit in, and you're going to snap out of it and wake up. This wasn't a chocolate chip cookie. This wasn't an oatmeal raisin. This was a special cookie. And now that I'm stoned, let's wait for this to wear off and then take action. There's something you need to wait for it to wear off. Interesting reading, but I really do hope this helped you, Scorpio.